Hey, what's up, viewers? Patrick from Bob vs. Lonely, back in a new video. It's episode number 5 of Purpose Week on Bob Verses of the Day. And today's verse comes out of Colossians 1, verse 16, and it reads, "For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him." And that's what that verse means. And let's get into it. It's time for our Royal Rangers recap. And we're going to start off in Revelation chapter 12, verses 5, 6, 7 through 11. And here's what it says. "She gave birth to a son, a male child, who will rule all the nations with an iron scepter. And her child was snatched up to God and to his throne. The woman fled into the wilderness to a palace prepared for her by God, where she might be taken care of for 1,260 days. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. Then I heard a voice in heaven say, 'Now have come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brothers and sisters, who accuses them before our God day and night, has been hurled down.'" So now we're going to go to Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 16. Here's what it says. "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one." And it goes on. Alright, so now we're going to go to Romans 1, verse 16. Here's what it says. "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because of the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile." So now we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, and starting off is Isaiah 59, verses 15 through 17. Here's what it says. "Truth is nowhere to be found, and whoever shuns evil becomes a prey. The Lord looked and was displeased that there was no justice. He saw that there was no one. He was appalled that there was no one to intervene. So his own arm achieved salvation for him, and his own righteousness sustained him. He put on righteousness as his breastplate, and the helmet of salvation on his head. He put on the garments of vengeance, and wrapped himself in zeal as in a cloak." And last but not least, Isaiah 51, verses 4 through 7. And here's what it says. "Listen to me, my people. Hear me, my nation. Instruction will go out from me. My justice will become a light to the nations. My righteousness draws near speedily. My salvation is on the way, and my arm will bring justice to the nations. The islands will look to me and wait in hope for my arm. Lift up your eyes to the heavens. Look at the earth beneath the heavens. Will vanish like smoke. The earth will wear out like a garment, and its inhabitants die like flies. But my salvation will last forever. My righteousness will never fail. Hear me, you who know what is right. You people who have taken my instruction to heart. Do not fear the reproach of mere mortals or be terrified by their insults. And that's all for the verse portion. And the verse to leave today is Nahum 1 verse 7, which says, "The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him." And that's going to do for the video. Thanks for watching. And until next time again, viewers, in every way, God's way is always the best way.